Thank you, Frankie. Now it is my pleasure to present the valedictorian of the class of 2012, Mary Clare Rooney.
Good morning, Mr. Azzolino, Dr. Snyder, members of the Board of Trustees, invited guests, parents, faculty, staff, and my fellow graduates. 4 years ago, we were all in a very similar situation to the one we are in today. We were leaving our familiar old schools, which had become like a second home to us, and moving on to a completely new environment. It was a scary time because we had no idea what to expect when we arrived there. We had to mature and adapt in order to survive in this new environment, and it ultimately changed us for the better. Back then, we were preparing to go to high school. Now, we are preparing to leave high school and go on to college. When I started my freshman year at Immaculate Conception, I had no idea what to expect. At the time, all I knew about high school was what I had seen in teen dramas: high levels of gossip, catfights, battles over guys, and absurd amounts of schoolwork. I thought that my life would become nothing but obsessing over homework and grades. However, I soon found out that this was not quite accurate. True, schoolwork took up a large part of my time at IC, but it was not the only thing in my life. During my time here, I discovered what it really means to be a high school student. I made some of my closest friends during my time here. They have helped me get through many difficult times in my life. I have grown as a person and gone through a journey of self-discovery. My class and I have been through so much in our 4 years together. We have had parties, fights, pep rallies, exams, conversations, SATs, and of course, our worries about the future. We have had a great run, and today it comes to an end. However, this is not a sad time. As Dr. Seuss once said, "Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened." We have grown up and are moving on to the next phase of our lives. Come September, we will all be at our new schools and heading even further along our journey to adulthood. At college, we will have the chance to follow our dreams and work toward our future. We will have more responsibility and more work. However, we will also meet new friends, make new connections, have more freedom, travel to new places, and, most importantly, wear our own clothes. We will become more mature and experience more of the world. Even with the burdens that being in college will bring, our lives will still go on. There will always be something to lift your spirits, no matter how difficult things may seem. I cannot begin to express how happy I am for my classmates. When we arrived at Immaculate Conception, we were nervous, callow freshmen. This was the first time for many of us that we had to change schools or even leave our hometowns to reach school. For some of us, this was even their first time in the Catholic school system. We were all scared because we were in an unfamiliar place, surrounded by strangers, and did not know who we could turn to for help. Some of us were lucky enough to have friends our first day at IC, but most of us began at square one. Through time, however, we started to trust each other. New friendships formed, lines of communication opened up, and by the end of the year, we felt less like a group of outsiders and more like a cohesive whole. Sophomore year only increased the strength of our bond. By junior year, we felt like we could take control of this school. And now we have reached the end of senior year. It is so difficult to believe the amazing change that has taken place in these 4 years. This wild, outrageous group of girls who once struck fear into the hearts of everyone in Immaculate Conception has become a class of mature, responsible young women. We have all come out of our shells and gotten to know each other's true selves. Take me, for example. When I first arrived here, I was so shy I could barely make eye contact with anyone. For some of you, this may have even been the most you've heard me say in your entire lives. After some time, I began to open up. By this year, I have become a lot better at expressing myself. I've participated in choir, the school musical, and the talent show. It has also become my goal to face my fears and be more confident. I do not think I would have been able to make so much progress if it were not for the support of my fellow students and friends. True, we have had our obstacles in the past. However, it is more important to focus on all of the positive things we have done in our time here. We have succeeded in academics, sports, and the arts. We have pulled ourselves together to run fundraisers, construct the yearbook, and plan prom. Whenever a new student joined our ranks, we accepted them as one of our own. Our class has learned to love each other's quirks and faults, and we have grown into one big, happy, slightly dysfunctional family. When we go off to college this September, do not be scared. Yes, it may be a lot of changes to comprehend, but we are strong and can adapt. The class of 2012 will eventually find their place at college and blossom. We are one step closer to entering the real world. And if you are ever nostalgic for your old classmates, just remember, we will always be just a phone call away. Before I go, I have some people that I would like to thank. To my family, you have always supported me and helped me to grow into the person that I am today. To my teachers, who have made it possible for me to achieve the honor of being valedictorian. And to my friends, you have always been there for me. We have laughed together, helped each other through rough times, and have always made the day a little bit brighter. And finally, I would like to give some advice to the class of 2012. This may be our last day as a class, but it is our first day as graduates. Do not fear the future, and remember, as long as we have each other, you will never be alone.